What is up, everybody? Welcome back to another video. And in this video, I'm kind of giving you guys my reason or my belief that Matt Patricia and Bob Quinn will be here for a while. So let's get into it. I'm not making an argument for either side. I'm not, okay? I'm not saying, oh yeah, we should keep Patricia. I'm not doing none of this crazy stuff, okay? Because one, we don't know the answer anyways, right? We think we might know the right answer, but who really knows at this point? And there's really no reason to talk about it because, I mean, that's really all we've talked about for a long time. So I'm kind of just like, all right, he's coming back for 2020. Let's talk about what the Lions can do to be better in 2020. Now, I want to talk about this real quick because here is why I personally believe, oh my, that is a weird word. I personally believe the Lions will not be moving on from Bob Quinn or Matt Patricia anytime soon. Whether that's right or wrong, I don't think it will happen, okay? I know those people that want to see Patricia stay, they want to see him get enough years so that they can try to do their thing, right? So they can try to change it up. And I understand that. I get it completely. I get it. You want to give more than 2 years. Okay. Then there's other people, hey, we haven't seen the results. I get it. Okay. I'm not saying, I get it. They're both valid points, right? They're both valid points. Keeping a coach longer than 2 years is valid. I can understand why you want to do that. Also, looking at what they've done and seeing that they failed is valid. So I understand both sides. But in this video, I'm really just talking about the fact I don't think they're going anywhere anytime soon. And we're going to have to be prepared for the Lions to stay with these guys for a while. Now, what do I mean by that? Well, basically, back in 2015, Martha Ford appointed Rod Wood as the Lions team president, okay? If you don't know who Rod Wood is, he's our team president. All right, yeah, that wasn't a good explanation. But basically, this is a guy that spent 14 seasons with the New England Patriots staff, okay? So he's with the New England Patriots, okay? There's about to be a theme here. So he's with the Patriots, and Martha Ford said, you know what? You are the team president. All right, what does Rod Wood do? Well, the first move that he makes in 2016, early 2016, he says, you know what, Bob Quinn, get over here. We need our GM. Then, 2 years later, they fire Jim Caldwell and they bring in Matt Patricia, who, as we know, is our current coach. All of those guys were with the New England Patriots, okay? So they all knew each other, okay? Matt Patricia is Bob Quinn's guy. Rod Wood, his guy is Bob Quinn, okay? I know it's kind of a weird way to say it, but it's like a tree, right? Because they just go up like that. That's how they brought him in. They just slowly are starting bringing these guys in. And now, that is the reason I believe these guys aren't going anywhere anytime soon. Like, I've talked about the coaches. There's going to be coaches that are going to be available, stuff like that. I don't think it's going to happen. They said, look, it's not going to happen in 2020. I would agree with that person saying, I don't think they're going anywhere, at least for next year. We're going to get another year of these guys, whether that's a good thing or a bad thing. I know a lot of people are probably thinking right now, oh, just hope for another year of disappointment. I know people are typing that right now in the comments. I know you are. Then other people are just thinking to themselves like, hey, you know what? Okay, this might be a good thing. Give it a change for a change. I get it, okay? I get each side. But really, I'm just trying to explain to you guys why I personally believe we're not going to move on from any of these guys soon. And the only way we would is after 2020, or at some point we were like 0-8, okay? And then at that point, Martha Ford would be like, look, man, we can't do this. We're having problems. You can't be this bad. I understand we're not getting the complete results yet, and I don't know exactly what they talk about behind the scenes. They're probably telling them why in their blueprint. Okay, they're going to lay out their blueprint. They're going to say, here's where we are. Here's what we're trying to get to, okay? And she's going to be like, look, hey, I understand all this is great, but you're 0-8, get out of here. So that would be the thing. But at the same time, that probably won't happen, and I don't think it will, even if the Lions, again, aren't a playoff team next season. I know it's crazy, and I hate to say it, but I think that's the case because of Rod Wood. Look, Rod Wood is that guy. So think about this for a second. If Martha Ford wanted to get rid of this and start it again, you would basically have to get rid of all three of them, right? Because Rod Wood, his guy is Bob Quinn. Bob Quinn's guy is Matt Patricia. These guys are going together. Now, maybe she says, you know what? Get rid of Matt Patricia and Bob Quinn. Okay, well, now what? Now you have Rod Wood making another decision, but that was his guy. So Rod Wood shouldn't even be there. You get rid of Matt Patricia. Well, why would you keep Bob Quinn? Because Bob Quinn brought him in. You know what I mean? You get rid of Bob Quinn, you have to get rid of Matt Patricia as well. So it's going to be like that. I don't see these guys going anywhere anytime soon. I think, without a doubt, we're going to see these guys in 2020. So that's why, really, I'm not going to talk about it too much anymore. Unless something we find out happens where they make another decision or something, I really don't want to talk about it too much. And it's not because, I'm trying to say, get him out of here or keep him here, please. Y'all have heard me, okay? I've given all my points out. Y'all have heard me. But really, this is the reason why. There's really nothing else to talk about. There's nothing to say. I think they're going to be here, and that's why I'm not probably going to be talking about it very often. And plus, it's kind of just repeating the same thing. Until they do something, there's really no reason to talk about it. Instead, I want to focus on the fact that, okay, they are here. They're here, and what are we going to do in this offseason? What are free agents we can target? What are players that we can draft? How do I need to see these players play for this team? Okay, we're going to see a lot in the last 4 games. I hope to see that these players are fighting because, as we know, past Lions players are like, hey, man, this is just not the guy. Awesome. But are those current players looking at it like that? Because if they're buying in, then yes, the results may not be there. And I always say, hey, look, the best way to see what results are is if you're buying in. But at least they believe in that guy, and we don't know that, right? We're fans. We don't know. We're not on the inside looking out, right? So, you know, you kind of have to hope. I want to see a lot of fight from this team. I think they've shown fight. I don't think they've given up on the season necessarily, but, you know, the results aren't there. So it's really hard to, you know, look at that. You can't necessarily pick out a stat that says, yes, they're still fighting unless you look at results, and the results haven't been there. So now you're kind of just hoping that they are buying in. And we've heard a couple of guys, I believe it is Christian Jones that's been talking a lot about this. Some of our linebackers have been like, hey, man, I really like this guy. Either they really do or they're trying to save a job. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. That's a joke. Stop. It's a joke. But there you go. That's what I'm going to give you. This is just a little announcement, okay? It's an announcement because I just want to let you guys know I'm not going to be talking about, you know, ooh, this guy should be fired because of this reason or going off on anybody unless something comes up, because otherwise there's really no reason to, because I don't see these guys going anywhere. They're definitely going to be here in 2020, and I think even if they're not super successful, unfortunately, I know a lot of people that's going to make them mad. I don't see them going anywhere. Again, I'm not saying that's good, and I'm not saying that's bad, but I don't see them going anywhere very soon because if they get rid of one, it's going to be like a domino effect. Then all of a sudden, she's kind of starting over again. So I don't know. I just don't see it happening, and I think once Martha Ford is done, it's really going to be Rod Wood kind of controlling everything. So we'll see what happens. Hopefully we get some results. When it comes down to it, you know, no one knows the right answer exactly because you can't look in the future. You know, you can take stats, you can look at whatever you want. Sometimes you got the wrong coach, and you can give him 50 years and he'll never win. Sometimes you got the right coach and he'll come in and he'll make it work right away. And it's like, yes, it worked. Congratulations. Awesome. We just got to hope that's the case. And as long as they're here, I'm going to talk about what we can do. But at the same time, the reason, again, isn't because, you know, I'm trying to say, oh, yeah, we should keep them. The reason I'm not going to talk about it is because, one, I've talked about it way too many times already. Oh, my goodness. I have like 20 videos on that. And also, it doesn't really do anything. You might as well talk about with what we have because they've already said they're coming back for 2020, at least reportedly. So I might as well just talk about what we have. So there you go. Let me know your thoughts, comments below. Again, I'm not picking a side here. I'm just letting you know my thoughts of why these guys aren't going away anytime soon. Let me know your thoughts, comments below. Thank you, for watching, and I'm out. And again, if you're upset, go off in the comments. It's kind of funny. No lie. I'm out.